Okay. Today's reflection helped because it made research method feels practical, not just academic. The biggest point that stood out to me is the difference between systematic approach and programmatic approach. That distinction is very relevant to me as someone in exercise science and coaching. What I took from the video is that a systematic approach means the next step is informed by the previous step. It is not just following a template. In coaching, that makes sense immediately. Like, I should not give someone a Scott program before I know how they move. I need to observe, evaluate, and decide what comes next based on evidence from that person. A programmatic approach, on the other hand, is more like copy paste. It gives the same plan first and ask questions later. That was a strong reminder because in fitness it is very easy to rely on ready-made plans, online workouts, or AI generated programs. Like without enough like in without enough individual analysis. Another point that jumped out to me is his warning that research methods can be treated like boxes to check. That is important. Like a study can look organized on paper, but that does not automatically mean the thinking was truly systematic. I liked how he kept repeating that logic matters, not just the steps. That changed how I read studies. I should not just ask what did they find. I should also ask, did the process make sense? Did one step logically support the next step? The research process slide also stood out to me, specifically the part about reviewing the literatures. The professor made a strong point that if you want to do research, you need to become an expert. Okay, expert on the topic first. That part is easy to underestimate. Like, it is not enough to have a question and run a study. You have to know what already exists, what has already been tested, what is missing, and where your study fits. That connects to how I want to operate professionally too. Even if I'm not running lab studies, I should still build my decisions on a deep understanding of what I already know. Another strong point was the discussion of basic research versus applied research. That distinction makes a lot of sense in exercise science. Basic research helps us understand how the body works, muscle functions, motor units, fibers, types, physiology. Applied research takes that understanding and tests how to use it in real world setting like hypertrophy training, rehab, or performance training. I like that distinction because like it matches how I think as a coach. I need both. I need understanding and I need applications. The question he asked in the video was whether I am more interested in understanding how things work or in knowing what to do with the information. My answer is both. Like, but I lean slightly towards application because I want to coach and solve real problems. At the same time, I know what if I only look for what works or I ignores why it works. My coaching will be shallow. So I would say I am application driven, but I depend on basic understanding to make better decisions and adapt what a client does not respond the way I expected. And the critical thinking section was very important. evaluating sources, questioning assumptions, looking for bias, and separating fact from opinion. That part is probably the most useful for everyday practice. Like because people in fitness often present conclusion as facts when they are really interpretations. I like the point about language, how even phrases like here's what we found do not automatically mean proof. That is major reminder. Like for me, because I consume a lot of fitness content and research summaries, I need to listen more carefully to how claims are being framed. Now, connecting this to the article I shared, like the article I choose was hypertension paper on strength training and blood pressure. Based on the like categories in this lecture, I would like classify it mainly as applied research and like also most quantitative research. It is applied research because the purpose is practical. It is trying to answer a real world health question, whether strength training can help reduce blood pressure in people with hypertension. This is not just like expanding knowledge for curiosity, it is directly connected to a health problem and training application. It is quantitative because the outcomes are numerical and measurable. The study looks at blood pressure values, systolic and diastolic, and compares changes across studies. Those are clear quantitative variables. The article uses a systematic review and meta analysis format, which also fits the research purpose discussed in the lecture because it relies on reviewing existing literatures. This lecture helped me that I should not stop at this study says strength training lowers blood pressure. I should keep thinking like a reviewer. What studies were included? What assumptions were made? Like how strong is the evidence? What kind of clients do this apply to? This is the mindset shift I got from this video.